Good evening, welcome to Lincoln Center Stage. My name is Emily, I play the violin. Here I am with Corey on violin, Tom on piano, Leah on cello, and Tom on viola. This is our Classic Favorites program, which is a really fun mix of favorites from different genres. First, we're going to start with some classical music, and we're going to move on to something else a little later in our program. There is some rock and roll, so you'll get to see what that's like with a classical group. What we just started with was a movement from a piano quintet by a man named Peter Shigley. Has anyone heard of this name? Yes. So I'm getting some nods here. If you don't recognize that name, you might recognize the name P.D.Q. Bach. And that was his stage name. So P.D.Q. Bach was a very famous classical music comedian. And he did all these funny skits and stunts, like I think one of my favorites is he has one where it's Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, and he's announcing over it like a sports commentator. So he also, of course, wrote some more serious music, although it's still kind of tongue-in-cheek. There's something about this first movement that I find pretty funny. It actually sounds kind of like a New York City traffic jam, and Corey has this really amazing part. Like a taxi driver, right? So anyway, that was the first movement of Peter Shigley's piano quintet, and next we're going to move on to a short piece by Debussy, and this piece is called Beau Soir, and it was originally for voice and piano, and then a man named Jascha Heifetz, who is one of the greatest violinists of all time, he had this thing where he would take all these songs and pieces and he would transcribe them for violin and piano. So this is one of them. So this is Beau Soir by Debussy.
Thank you. So next up, we're going to have Corey join us and play for you a set of 5 pieces by Dmitri Shostakovich. And these are a collection from different works of his arranged for 2 violins and piano. And they're from different works. The first one is from the film score he wrote for the movie The Gadfly. And the second and third are from his ballet suite. And the fourth movement is actually from a movie that wasn't allowed to be completed because it was censored under Stalin's rule. And finally, the last movement is also from a ballet suite. And what's interesting about these pieces is that Shostakovich's work is usually very dark. If you have heard his symphonies, they're very dramatic, very scary, and yeah, pretty terrifying music. And these set of 5 short little pieces are very different. They're quite charming and simple and very personal and intimate in a way. So they're really great to play in this chamber setting. So the 5 movements are the prelude, the gavotte, the elegy, the waltz, and then the polka.